Hello students, welcome back to our video. So in the last video we started with the chapter number 6, that is subsidiary books. In that we discussed about the meaning of subsidiary books. Then we also learned about the types of subsidiary books. In that the types are purchase book, sales book, purchase return book and the sales return book. These are the types of goods subsidiary books. And we also discussed about the meaning of purchase book. So now let's start with the types of purchase book, that is simple purchase book and the columnar purchase book. And again, columnar purchase book can again be divided into two types, that is purchase book with columns according to the types of goods and the goods and expense columnar purchase book. So now let's start first with the simple purchase book. Simple purchase book means when a businessman is purchasing only one type of goods. Generally, simple purchase book is maintained. So, like when a businessman or business purchase only one type of goods. Every year, if business purchase only one type of goods, then the simple purchase book can be maintained. Even when more than one type of goods are purchased, separate simple purchase book for each type of goods can also be maintained. So generally, like if businessman is purchasing only one type of goods, like they use simple purchase book. But even if businessman is purchasing more than one type of goods, then also like a different purchase book can also be maintained. So this is known as simple purchase book when like business is engaging for the purchase of one or two to three types of goods, then simple purchase book is maintained. So now let's see the specimen of simple purchase book means this is the format of simple purchase book. So whenever the question is asked regarding like make a simple purchase book, first of all you have to draw this table. So there are 5 column table. First column is date, second is name of supplier, third one is inward invoice number, fourth one is LF number and amount. So this is the format of simple purchase book, and above the table you have to write the purchase book of Shri. Whatever name is given in the question, you have to write that name afterwards. Purchase book of Shri dash dash dash. So this is the specimen of simple purchase book. So let's date involves, like in date, first column is of the date. So in date, the date on which credit purchase transaction has taken place is recorded in this column. So whenever on the particular date on which the credit purchase transaction has taken place, that date you have to record in the date column. Then in the name of the supplier, like name of the supplier from whom the goods are purchased and details of goods purchased are entered. So from whom the businessman is purchasing, that supplier's name you have to write it in the name of the supplier column. Then in the inward invoice number, the number of bill or invoice issued by supplier is recorded in this inward invoice number column. Then in the fourth, ledger folio number means the page number of the ledger on which the amount is credited in the account of the considered supplier is recorded in this column. This will be happening like when you prepare the ledger posting. So on the basis of ledger, you have to write it the account ledger folio number. And the fifth one is amount. So the amount of net purchased arrived at after deducting trade discount is recorded in this column. So expenses paid by the supplier on behalf of the purchaser are also included, which are recorded in the journal proper. So these are the 5 column specimen of the simple purchase book. Now let's understand this with the help of an example. So here one illustration is given. From following transactions, prepare a purchase book in the books of Harish Kumar. So first of all, for this question you have to draw a format of the purchase book. Then you have to write it on the above table. You have to write it purchase book of Shri Harish Kumar. Purchase book of Shri Harish Kumar. You have to write it that on the top of the table. So now in that these are the transactions given which had taken place in the year of 2015 and in the month of March. So first of all you have to draw a table like this. First column would be date, second would be name of the supplier, third would be invoice, inward invoice number, fourth would be LF number, and the last is amount. So now let's start with the first transaction. So first transaction is happened on 1st of March. Transaction was goods of rupees 10,000 was purchased from Mahesh on 1 month credit. So you all know that only the credit purchase, if purchase of goods has taken on the basis of credit, only that is recorded in the purchase book. So first transaction is goods of rupees 10,000 is purchased from Mahesh on 1 month credit. So first of all here goods is given. Always purchase of goods is always recorded in the purchase book, nothing else. Purchase of assets is not recorded in the book. So here purchase of goods has taken place, one condition is fulfilled. Then Mahesh, like it is also purchased from Mahesh on credit, so second condition is also fulfilled. So this transaction is recorded in the purchase book. So first you have to write it the year, and below that you have to write the date. So first is March 1st. So the name of the supplier you have to write. So the supplier here is Mahesh, because business purchased goods from Mahesh. So Mahesh account, you have to write it like this: Mahesh account in the name of the supplier column. Inward invoice number is not given in the transaction, so you have to put dash. LF number you have to also put dash, and the amount is 10,000. Goods was purchased from Mahesh on credit on 10,000 for the amount of 10,000. So 10,000 you have to write it in the amount column. Then the second transaction, which is taken place on March 2nd. The transaction is goods of rupees 15,000 is purchased from Hasmukh Bhai at 10% trade discount, and invoice number is 15. So first of all you have to write the date, that is second. Then this name of the supplier is Hasmukh Bhai, because goods is purchased from Hasmukh Bhai. So Hasmukh Bhai's account you have to write it in the name of the supplier book, and here the inward invoice number is also given in the transaction, that is 15. So you have to write it 15 in the inward invoice number. LF number would be dash, and amount. Yes. So goods of rupees 15,000 was purchased, but on that 10% trade discount. So first of all you have to calculate 10% trade discount. So 15,000 into 10 divided by 100, you will get 1500. So if you minus 15,000 minus 1500, you will get 13,500. That amount you have to write it in the amount column, not 15,000. First, if the trade discount is given, then first of all you have to deduct the trade discount, and after deducting whatever amount you will get, that amount you have to write it in the amount column. Now let's move to the third transaction, that is happened on 6th of March. Goods of rupees 8,000 was purchased from Manish for cash. So here again goods is purchased from Manish. Yes, Manish is a third person, but Manish is paying cash. So remember that cash transactions are not recorded in the purchase book. Any cash purchase of goods is not recorded in the purchase book. So the entry for the 6th of March transaction would not be written in the purchase book. So any cash purchase of goods is not recorded in the purchase book. Just remember that. Then let's move to the 14th one. Place an order with Naveen for supply of goods of rupees 10,000 at 20% rate discount. Again this transaction will be not recorded because only the order is placed, like purchase of goods has not taken place. And again supply is correct. Supply, like it is the same word, because like business is going to purchase from Naveen, but still only an order has taken place. So again this transaction would not be recorded in the purchase book. So then next is furniture of rupees 6,000 was purchased from Sriji Furniture Mart on 1 month credit. Again this transaction will not be recorded in the purchase book because purchase of assets is not recorded in the purchase book. Again remember this thing, that any purchase of assets or any cash purchase of goods is not recorded in the purchase book. Then on the 20th, Naveen supplied goods as per the order and sent his invoice number 314 after adding railway freight of rupees 1,200. So business had placed an order with Naveen, but now on 20th March Naveen supplies that goods, means it is the same thing. Business is purchasing goods from Naveen, so Naveen is supplying goods, correct? And the invoice number is also given. So again you have to write the date, then Naveen's account, because Naveen is the supplier, so Naveen's account you have to write it in the name of the supplier. Then invoice number is also given, that is 314, and amount is given in the 14th transaction. Amount was taken place at 10,000, correct? 10,000 at 20% rate discount. So again you have to minus 20% rate discount from 10,000. You will get 8,000. So that amount you have to write it in the 8,000 amount column. And for the 1,200 freight, you don't have to write it that amount. Show that amount in the purchase book. Yes, it would be recorded, but in the journal proper, because it is a type of expense. It is not a purchase. So this amount would be recorded in the journal proper. But now it is not asked. It is just for the purchase book. You have to just prepare the purchase book. So the freight, railway freight, will not be added in the purchase book. Then next transaction is goods of rupees 4,000 is purchased at 5% cash discount against purchase of goods has taken place on cash. So cash purchase of goods is not recorded in the purchase book. Then on 25th, goods of rupees 16,000 is purchased from Babu Lal at 10% rate discount and paid half of the amount immediately by the check. So here Babu Lal is the supplier, so you have to write it Babu Lal's account in the supplier column. 25, date would be 25, Babu Lal's account in the name of the supplier. Inward invoice number is not given, that's why you have to put dash. LF number, obviously it would be dash. Again first you have to minus trade discount out of 16,000. You will get 14,400. That amount you have to write it in the amount column. And paid half of the amount immediately by check. So again this is not would be considered for this purchase book, because total purchase of goods is always recorded in the purchase book. So how much amount is paid, half, you don't have to consider that for preparing the purchase book. So when after minus deducting 10% rate discount, whatever amount you will get, you have to write it in the amount column. You don't have to calculate like the half of the amount was paid by check. No, you don't have to calculate that. After deducting 10% rate discount, whatever amount you will get, that amount you have to write it in the amount column. Then next is goods of rupees 6,000 was purchased from Lalit at 10% rate discount and 5% cash discount, and amount of bill was paid immediately. So cash was paid obviously. So again, cash purchase of goods is never ever recorded in the purchase book. And the last transaction is goods of rupees 3000 was purchased from Rajesh and bill number was 101. So Rajesh is the third person. So you have to consider that this good purchase of goods has taken place on credit. So Rajesh, we have to write Rajesh account in the name of the supplier because Rajesh is the supplier. Then inward invoice number is also given, that is 101, and amount is 3000. That amount you have to write it in the 3000. So after completion of all the transaction, you have to total it like this, and whatever total you will get, you have to write it in the total column. So here note is given that total credit purchase amount is 48,900 and this amount will be recorded on debit side of the purchase account. Whenever you will make the purchase account, it will be recorded on the debit side of the purchase account. This is just the purchase book, not the purchase account. So this is how you have to prepare the purchase book, simple purchase book. And just remember that first thing, cash purchase of goods is never ever recorded in the purchase book. Second thing, any purchase of assets is never ever recorded in the purchase book. And third thing, only if order has taken place, then that transaction also you don't have to show it on the purchase book. And if the trade discount is given, then first of all you have to minus the trade discount, and whatever amount you will get, only that amount you have to write it in the amount column in the purchase book. So if trade discount is given, first deduct the trade discount and only after write that amount in the purchase book. So these are the points you have to remember while preparing the purchase book. Now the second type of purchase book is columnar purchase book. So now we are going to stop here, and if you have any questions or any doubts, please feel free to comment below the video. We would be continuing in the next video about the columnar purchase book. So please, if you have any questions or any doubts, please comment below the video. Thank you.